Oh, look what you've done to me. Oh, look what you've done to Oh, look what you've done to me. Oh, look what you've done to Oh, look what you've done to me. Oh, look what you've done to Oh, look what you've done to me. Oh, look what you've done to Oh, look what you've done to me. Oh, look what you've done to
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Thursday evening. Before we get started, I'll make sure you guys want to jump over to that Rebelwithoutareason.com. Get all your phone accessories and whatnot over there. Rebelwithoutareason.com. You also find a link to the show over there. Click that beast and you'll go right over to the Rumble page because you know they try to hide the show from y'all from time to time. Sorry I'm late. Dealing with the grandkids. Priorities happen, you know what I'm saying? What's up, guys and girls? Get this thing out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you would. I appreciate y'all. Hit that little bell icon to get all them notifications. I definitely appreciate y'all. Let's get into this thing. You seen that thumbnail? That creeper foot fetish weirdo. That was the MTV Catfish back in the day. I don't know if you ever saw that episode or not. He was acting like he was a massage therapist trying to trap women with a different picture. You know how them catfishes do. That's the whole point of the Catfish show. So this guy, when I saw him on that show back in the day, this shit was like 2008 or something. I don't remember the exact day of the show, the year. But as soon as I saw this dude, I'm like, this motherfucker's going to end up on the news, man. For assaulting people, doing weird shit. He kept trying to ask the lady he wanted to give her a massage over and over and over. He brought the massage table in his car, meeting her for the very first time. He's catfishing her online, saying he's somebody else with different photos and shit. It's whack. So the local news station actually did several stories about this guy over the years. So when the last time I saw him, he was at a fucking downtown event. Let me get this in the... This was the guy right here. This guy right here. He was at a downtown Nashville event for special needs people. And when I saw him on the news, I paused that bitch and I said, hold on, man. Let me take a picture of this television set right now. That was the guy. That was the dude from Catfish. What the fuck is he doing downtown Nashville at this type of event for special needs people? What a creeper. I hadn't got to the bottom of that yet, but I'll show you that too, just to let you know I had my eye on this motherfucker for a long time. And like I said, the local news reporters did a story about this guy back in the day. So their headline was "Former Massage Therapist in the Spotlight Again."
That breaking news, the district attorney's office says a former Nashville massage therapist charged with rape is once again exhibiting, quote, predatory behavior after what he's accused of doing in Atlanta.
Let's get you straight over to our chief investigative reporter, Jeremy Finley. And Jeremy, you've been keeping tabs on this man.
And this is the Jeremy Finley guy I was telling y'all about that does all the investigative reporting for Nashville, because he just got interviewed by, Steven Crowder just got interviewed by the guy for the shooter manifesto situation. So he's the guy that does all the investigative reporting. Let's watch this.
Found out now.
Well, following our investigations that resulted in Tarek Menturi facing 19 criminal counts, he was allowed to move from Nashville to Duluth, Georgia. That's so he could care for his ailing mother. It's outside of Atlanta. So this was also while he was awaiting trial. Well, the DA's office says because of what one Georgia woman experienced, his bond conditions should be revoked.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to try to ding me on that. Look at this guy. He's fucking weird as hell. It says rainy Sunday after church. So this guy's a church-going guy. Straight up stalking people. He's weird as fuck, man.
Along with using his phone to make TikTok videos, Tarek Menturi has been texting, including with this Duluth, Georgia woman who says she met him through the app Nextdoor. Pretty quickly, she says Menturi had a request.
He offered to give me a massage.
Look, in text presented in the DA's motion,
Hold on, let's read some of these. I'd love to. I worked at Heavenly Foot Massage in Atlanta, and all loved me. I've been told I give the best foot massages. Do you like foot massage? Massage is my passion, so I had to ask, laugh out loud. What a fucking weirdo. There's always something wrong with these foot fetish people. But y'all be into whatever you want to be into. But people that are into feet, they some weird people, man.
He writes, massage is my passion, so I had to ask.
He seemed very keen on concentrating on my feet, and there was a sexual aspect to it.
What Diane didn't know at the time is that Menturi faces 19 criminal counts in Nashville.
Goddamn, dude. 19 just in Nashville.
First uncovered for years, more than 19 women had filed police reports or complaints with the state, accusing Menturi of sexual violations during massages or job interviews. It was only after we aired multiple stories that his license was revoked and he was arrested. After pleading not guilty and making a $500,000 bond, Menturi was allowed to move to Duluth, forbidden from accessing certain websites. Nextdoor is
Craigslist, Facebook, Instagram, Men for Men, Findem.com, or Fin4M4M.com. I'm not sure what that means. MetroMassageTN.com, OkCupid.com, and RentMasseur.com. Dude, be careful out there. What the hell?
among them. Did he ever mention to you, my license is suspended in Tennessee? Did he tell you anything about what had happened in Tennessee?
Oh. No. He talked as though he had been very successful with his practice.
According to the Georgia Secretary of State website, Menturi surrendered his massage license in Georgia. But listen to what Diane says happened when she met Menturi for coffee.
In fact, he wanted to leave with me right then and give me a massage.
The DA's office responded with this motion to
Dude, that was the same shit that he was doing to the Catfish lady. Even though he was busted already and she said, no, I'm not interested. The crew is there trying to ask him, like, dude, what are you doing? What's your motive, man? What are you trying to do? Oh, I'm just trying to give her a massage, man. He kept asking her, I got my table with me. You want to come out to the car? I'll give you a massage. Set it up in the parking lot. Like, dude, what are you smoking, dude? What the hell?
additional bond conditions or revoke bond, saying Menturi was displaying predatory behavior. Diane asked us not to use her last name, fearing for her safety.
And I couldn't believe that he wasn't behind bars. It was just inconceivable to me that somebody could be still doing the same things in another state and just get away with it.
We have been reaching out to Menturi ever since we confirmed the motion, but just in the last hour, he sent me a rambling text message claiming because he is gay, that disproves the accusations. He has new legal counsel for the criminal charges. That attorney did not respond to our calls today. The judge in this case will now decide if any action, including banning Menturi from the internet entirely, should be taken. We will keep you posted.
Yeah,
Tracy?
ban this idiot from the internet, absolutely, all the way around, from everything. Your Snapchats, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, anything and everything. So here was another report that they did on this fool.
This was dishonest, and I have to apologize.
Yeah, so this is the part excerpts from the actual show itself.
All right, get ready for the latest bizarre twist in our ongoing investigation into a Nashville massage therapist accused of inappropriate sexual behavior toward women. We have uncovered he was once featured on the MTV show Catfish that exposes people accused of pretending to be someone they're not. This all comes as News 4 Investigates has tough questions for the commissioner of the Department of Health.
Yeah, interesting update today, and Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley is asking why the state just revoked his license when women had complained about his reported abuse for years.
My name is Isaac. That part was true.
That's how MTV viewers first learned about a young man named Isaac, busted on the show Catfish for pretending to be someone he wasn't. If he looks familiar, that's because years later, Isaac, real name Tarek Minturi, is now accused by 15 women of inappropriate sexual behavior during massages or job interviews. In the Catfish episode, Minturi even talks about his future profession.
I'm working on a massage therapy licensing. I've had a portable table that I've used for years on a lot of friends.
And it gets even more troubling because Minturi...
You know this motherfucker ain't got no friends. What are you talking about, fool?
admits on the show he used a fake picture in order to catfish.
Yeah, so here's the picture that he was using to try to catfish the ladies. That motherfucker looked like a creeper too. What up, Noel?
Young woman.
You don't think that there's anything wrong with deceiving people?
No, I didn't know what to think. I didn't feel comfortable at first. And I got caught. This was dishonest.
What's up, Sonia? Yeah, that's a great point, Sonia. I'm glad you said that. It reminded me of my point. When they first busted this guy, he said in this interview right here, in this whole catfish thing, he says, no, I'm asexual. I don't get sexually aroused at all. But he wants to meet women and give them straight up massages and shit. He thinks people are stupid, I guess. I don't know what his problem is. He's obviously a creeper weirdo.
And I have to apologize.
But that's an MTV show. Customers tell News 4 Investigates what happened to them is much worse. Our investigation found one woman reported to state investigators provocative sexual assault in
This is 2017.
2017, but it wasn't until this month that Minturi's license was suspended, meaning all these women say the inappropriate sexual behavior happened after the Department of Health was investigating. For the first time, we were able to ask the commissioner about it. Many of these...
This right here is why shit don't never get done. Watch Jeremy Finley ask this commissioner what's going on. She says, I have no idea what you're even talking about. And then when he says, hey, we'll meet later, right? And she's like, yeah, I'll meet with you later. She never meets with him.
Women are very upset with the state saying, why did this take so long? Do you have answers as to why this took so long?
I'm unfamiliar with the case you're referencing, but I can unequivocally tell you that that is unacceptable at every single level for a practitioner to ever have any inappropriate contact with a customer or a client. And so thank you for that heads up, and I'll be sure to take that back to licensure.
Is it acceptable to you that this has taken this long to even have a hearing that's this serious?
I won't comment on the merits of that case until I know more.
Okay. We'd like to talk to you when you find out about that, please.
Sure.
But today, we got this email from a Department of Health spokeswoman saying the commissioner would not be available for an interview.
Of course not. She ain't gonna be available for no fucking interview. Why would she want to interview about some shit that they should have stopped already? A lot of people should be getting fired and sued about this. Because it's on fucking videotape, man. People are seeing this guy being a fucking weirdo. He's sucking on people's feet. Sonia, the ladies went and got basically a rape kit done, and they did saliva swabs on their lady parts and whatnot. Use your imagination on which ones. And finally, he just got busted again. We're going through leading up to what just happened today or yesterday, I believe. Let's keep going.
And added, even if founded, every violation does not rise to the level...
Even if founded, even if those claims were true, every violation does not rise to the level of suspension or revocation. The fuck out of here.
The suspension or revocation of the practitioner's license. Investigations can be complex and take time, particularly as new witnesses or allegations come to light. Jeremy Finley, News 4 Investigates.
And we should also add that if you look up Mentori's license right now on the state's website, it reads that it's still active. Well, when we inquired about that, the state spokeswoman said it was incorrect and that his license was revoked as we originally reported.
I'm sure it was. So let me go back here to the... And like I said, what was he doing? I hit him up on Twitter a second ago, WSMV4. Jeremy Finley, you tell me why this motherfucker was at this Rise to Shine event for special needs people in Nashville, Tennessee. What is he even doing there? It's sponsored by a church, and he's a churchgoer. I think that's the connection. That ain't the only connection, though. I can tell you right now. I told people a long time ago, watch out for this dude. He's a fucking creeper. So now we're going to get into the report that came out. It came out today. WSMV4 investigates, reveals 25 women filed sex crime reports on the same man before his arrest. And when I saw this story, I'm like, damn, who's this guy? 25? That's a lot of fucking people. Who's this guy going to be? And dude, when they played the footage of this fucking guy, I can't say I was beside myself because I already knew. I already fucking knew. I was waiting on this story to happen. Because they don't do their job. They want to go after the cops that leak manifestos and shit instead of following up on sex traffickers, sex assault cases, and whatnot. All right, let's read this sheet. There'll be a video too, but we're going to read it first. WSMV Channel 4 investigates chief. Investigator Jeremy Finley uncovered it took 25 victims filing police reports over a 4-year period before Metro Nashville police arrested a man accused of sex crimes. One lady said, my assault didn't have to happen. The assault of all the women after me didn't have to happen. If they would have got him in the very beginning, if he would have got him in the beginning, when the first lady came forward, all these other victims that are going to have lawsuits against Metro, against, hell, anybody that didn't revoke his license, dude, it's going to be a lot of people getting in trouble for this shit. Oh, yeah. Sonia says, it just occurred to me for the first time how special needs children and adults are likely abused by these people. Yeah, all the time. And we saw the drag queen, special needs drag queens. I know you can't forget about that show. We'll revisit that shit if we need to. I'm just saying. They do take advantage of people all the time. Exactly. The world is upside down. Peter Massey, a former police officer and professor of crime scene technology, examined the police investigation for WSM4 Investigates. When you review how this case was investigated, that's the word that comes to mind. Lazy. Drop the ball. Incompetent. Boom. There it is right there. Dude, can you testify for me and my clients for me? We about to get paid. Let's watch this video right quick. And these ladies are going to describe exactly what happened. Come on, bro. Here we go.
My assault didn't have to happen, and the assault of all the women
Get out of the way.
after me didn't have to happen because
Tonight, WSMV4 Investigates reveals more than 24 women reported sex crimes about the same man before he was ever arrested. And they want to know, why did it take so long?
Our chief investigative reporter, Jeremy Finley, is here with what he's uncovered. And Jeremy,
boom, right there. When I saw that dude walk out of the the jail area with his orange suit on. I said, no fucking way, dude. I knew they were going to get this guy. It took them 4 years to get this idiot, though. Come on, man. It's been longer than 4 years, guys.
This is a shockingly high number.
Well, it is, and all our reporting into this man, Tarek Minturi, the former massage therapist, serving prison time for sex crimes against women. We kept hearing from victims that they filed police reports for years, but he was never arrested, kept his massage license. It took us 8 months, but we not only tracked down all of the police reports, but also many of the women who say police failed them and the other victims.
Metro Nashville, Police Fire Medical. I was sexually assaulted by this guy.
He sexually assaulted them.
Seems like he's a very dangerous person.
Like my girlfriend's very concerned for her safety.
The 911 calls were just a taste of how victims like this woman we're calling Jennifer would warn police about massage therapist Tarek Minturi.
He was placing his on my hands. I felt his tongue on my. He was sucking my toes.
Did you honestly think he would be arrested that day?
I thought he would.
What Jennifer didn't know is what WSMV4 Investigates has uncovered. That on the same day she filed the police report about Minturi, 2 other women did as well. And before that, 8 other women had already filed, including Kelly Cochran. Look at her report. Police believed there was enough information to make an arrest in 2018.
Okay, see, that was 2018. The party that he was at in Nashville, I believe it was 2016. I looked it up when the event happened. I believe it was 2016. And he was busted on that stupid Catfish way before that. And even the cops right here in the report, there is enough information to support an arrest. This shit's all gonna go bad for them when they get in the court and try to defend this. Why did the ball get dropped? Who was responsible? Lawsuit. What's up, SC Wolverines in the house?
How many incidents do you have to have before somebody is arrested?
And women wouldn't just file reports. This woman was swabbed for DNA also in 2018.
They could take samples from my breasts or my feet, do something with the saliva.
Others gave their clothes.
I still don't know what happened to that evidence.
And Minturi kept committing crimes. Ultimately, it would take 25 women filing police reports over.
Dude. I've never been accused of a sex crime, not even one time. This motherfucker 25 times. Okay, maybe it was a misunderstanding once, maybe twice, 3 times a lady, but 4 times, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dude, 25 times. I don't know how many more people got to get fucked up before people open their damn eyes. What's up, 6? Good to have you guys here. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I hope they can sue too. I wish I was a lawyer. I'd take all these fucking cases. Take all you sons of bitches to court. You are so sued.
4-year period before he would be arrested by Metro Police on sex crimes.
My assault didn't have to happen, and the assault of all the women after me didn't have to happen.
Peter Massey, a former police officer and professor of crime scene technology, examined the investigation for WSMV4. When you review how this case was investigated, what's the word that comes to mind for you?
Lazy, drop the ball, incompetent.
It's also how women began to feel about their communication with lead detective Kimberlyn Rothwell.
I tried emailing her, tried calling her.
Yeah, you see the lead detective there. She looked like a lefty, in my opinion. Dropped the ball. So no more communication with the victims. They trying to call her, email her, say, hey, what's going on with my case? Man, I got time to get back to you.
Never got anything back.
I stopped hearing from the detectives.
Emails obtained by WSMV4 Investigates show the DA's office was frustrated too.
Metro Police, come to the door!
A month before Menturi was arrested.
That's going to be more people. Even the DA is saying we got to get this moving. Everybody's going to say, look, man, let's just settle this case. We're going to lose big time.
A prosecutor waiting on case files wrote that Rothwell is, quote, putting cases together with the same sense of urgency with which she conducted these investigations.
They were pissed. They were very upset, and rightfully so. They weren't doing their job.
Do you think that the ball was dropped by the police department?
I think it was a difficult ball to carry in general.
Inspector Rita.
All right, so listen to this bitch make all kinds of different excuses for why they didn't do their damn job.
Began supervising the sex crimes unit after the Menturi investigation. She had no idea how many women had filed reports before Menturi was arrested.
That's a good point, Stanton. Lead detective, probably clients, probably.
25 is a lot.
A lot, too many. Agree. I can't disagree with you on that.
25 women that endured this over and over and over again
Yes.
after women reported.
And that's 25 too many.
But I'm wondering if you think that simply it took too long.
I would say absolutely it took too long. There's no excuse. There's never an excuse. But there's reasons why it may have delayed.
Yeah, what were the reasons? There better be some pretty good reasons, man. 25 people, they're going to say in that courtroom, all of these ladies after these here could have totally been stopped. None of this is even necessary if you would have did your job the first time. They better have a damn good excuse.
Among those reasons, 2020, when Menturi escalated his crimes. It's also when Metro Police had to divert detectives.
Add the tornado, add COVID, and just difficult times in general. It was difficult. Now,
It was difficult, y'all.
Add COVID, add the tornado. Things were difficult, y'all. Like, we got hard jobs to do. It ain't like we can call people and ask questions and investigate. That's gonna take, like, me getting out of my car and talking to somebody and writing stuff down. Ain't nobody got time for that.
The fuck out of here.
is it okay to have excuses? Never.
Rothwell, police admit, had too many cases at the time.
Here's the lead detective, Rothwell, right here. Does that look like a lefty to y'all? I know you don't judge a book by its cover, but that looks left-handed to me.
And was put on the midnight shift, which hampered communication with victims.
Oh, hell, it's late.
It's late at night. It's past midnight. These ladies don't want to be bothered by another phone call how we dropped the ball and didn't arrest this creep-ass motherfucker again.
Yeah, don't wake me up at midnight telling me you ain't doing your damn job, idiots.
They did present 12 cases to the DA's office in October 2020 for potential prosecution. The DA's office had no comment, but multiple sources within the DA's office say prosecutors never saw the details of those 12 specific cases, and police...
Why did they never see the details? Is it not in the file? Do you not know how to read? I don't understand people, man.
Already officially closed many of those cases,
Oh, hell no.
citing a lack of cooperation of victims.
Wow, I wonder why that is, because they didn't want to be involved with it no more. Like, fuck it, dude. He spelt my pinky toe. You know what I mean? What can I do? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Both the DA's office and Metro Police say the end result is Menturi is now in prison and will be on the sex offender registry. But several of these women will never get justice because so much time passed from when they came forward, the statute of limitations ran out. Their cases were never even considered for...
Dude, I wonder if that happens a lot. If we had some insider information on the court system, they know how all these laws go. Statute of limitations is coming up. We're going to wait this out, man. We can't get in touch with no victims. It's tornadoes and stuff, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, stuff was flying around. I lost my pen. Things happen, you know, statute of limitations. Oh, well. Get the fuck out of here.
Execution.
The ramifications of how poorly it was handled are substantial.
What do you say to those women that would never get justice?
there's nothing you can say. You know, there's nothing you can say to make that better. We care deeply about our victims. We've made some changes in the division to make it better over the last year, but there's nothing you can go back.
I would press her on that. What changes have you made in the last year that made it better? Did you get rid of people that were lazy as fuck that didn't want to do their job? Tell me what you did. They never go deeper on those questions.
To those women, that's not okay.
We should point out, according to the reports, 3 women did not want to prosecute, and others just wanted their cases documented. Police also say because in some cases it was Menturi's word against the women, that it would have been hard to prove in court. Marius.
Jeremy, I worry that women will see this and won't come forward if they've become victims.
Yeah, keep in mind, the totality of these women coming forward is the reason why Menturi is in jail. It's also important to point out the sex crimes unit in Metro has more than doubled since this happened. A lot more detectives, so hopefully this doesn't happen again. Marius.
Wow, so frustrating for these victims, Jeremy.
Crazy as hell, dude. It took 25 people reporting that their cases didn't get heard at all before they even did anything. Sonia, it was COVID. It was tornadoes. She says, I don't understand the reasons this was ignored. They lost their pen. Papers were flying around the room. They just can't do it. Yeah, is the statute of limitations short? I mean, how many years went by? I don't know on these particular ones, but that one was 2017. It's 2023. You know what I mean? 5 years, 6 years, I have no idea. Maybe they need to change that. When you assault somebody in that way, should there be a statute of limitations on that? I don't know, man. Yeah, how many haven't come forward? That's a great point, Stanton. How many people won't come forward now because of this report even, you know? They never got heard. Nothing ever happened for them, so why should I talk? Why do I want to embarrass myself? You know? It's crazy as hell to me. And I know cops got a big caseload. They got lots of creepers out there doing shit, but if you start arresting these motherfuckers and keep them in jail, your caseload is going to go way down. Keep those repeat offenders in jail. Stop letting them out. And do your damn job. Maybe then some crime will be going down. Sonia says this reminds me of a story Nate recently covered about a policewoman that didn't do her job on over 30 cases and then retires claiming to be on disability but caught working. Wow. Yeah, dude, you can't make this shit up, man. What the hell? It's crazy to me. I don't understand people, dude. I don't understand them.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people.
You cannot make this shit up. Exactly, Sonia. And massage therapists, I don't understand them. I have to see what, Sonia? You have to see it. Please see it. Men in the workplace getting more trouble for flirting with a woman, much less sucking their toes. Exactly. Exactly. We got so many more stories. Thank you guys for being here. I definitely appreciate y'all. Sorry I'm late. You can also get this on your favorite podcasting platform, Spotify, Apple iTunes, all that fun stuff. Sonia says Sex in the City did a whole episode on the male masseuse. Oh, goddamn. Oh, the Nate story, if you wanted to share a little bit, it's its own theme. Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, send it to me, honey. I'll throw it up there. Let's keep this thing rolling here. I definitely appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, so the guy was on Catfish back in the day. I knew already then that guy is a problem, man. And then they did another report on him, then another report, then another report. I'm like, what the hell? And then I saw the guy at the Tim Tebow special needs event. I just saw it on the news, the special needs event on the news. And I said, whoa, who is that fucking guy right there? Stop, pause that shit and let me look at his face for a second. Where do I know this guy from? The fucking Catfish show. You goddamn weirdo. What are you doing down there? I knew they were going to catch his ass. Speaking of incompetent police, what the hell's going on in New York City, man? While Sonya's getting that clip for me. So this was New York earlier, about 3 hours ago. They're doing protests down there, spray painting the damn cop cars and shit, saying free Gaza and whatnot. No cameras. They put in the KKK, IDF, spray painting on their shit. I'm sure somebody was on video. They need to outlaw them masks, man. People just walking around with masks on and shit now like they're scared of Koof or something. They're using it to disguise themselves like damn bandits. Remember back in the day they used to rob the stagecoaches and shit, Jesse James and all them? We talked about that. Looking like some straight up thugs. I don't know what that even says. Dr. KKK, I guess. I don't know. Free Gaza. Who's handing out the Gaza? I want some. Oh, these motherfuckers drinking these motherfuckers drinking Gatorade on the hood of this cop car. Priscilla T. Some kind of tea? What the hell? Tulsi and Perilla tea. Palestine will be free. They're so idiotic, man. Anything that rhymes is right on time. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds the same, then it ain't lame. You know what I mean? That's all they ever do. Idiots. If your shit rhymes, it's just fine, I guess. I don't know. Come up with a catchy slogan for them and they'll grovel at your fucking feet, I guess. Fuck these stupid people.
Breaking a major and important report.
Here's the one about the homicide detective refuses to testify in 37 murder cases, misconduct exposed. Shout out to Sonya for this clip.
Did a top Phoenix police detective mishandle evidence in a large number of murder cases?
Right now, we know those problems go back years, and the number of impacted cases is likely in the dozens.
The scary part in all this, police and prosecutors don't know if the problem is even bigger. It's a big problem. Police and prosecutors are trying to keep quiet. Detective.
Stop. She said, we're trying to find out if it's a big problem. Right at the very first words, it's a big problem. Fuck yeah, it's a big problem. If you got a homicide detective refusing to testify in 37 murder cases, come on, man.
Handled evidence, the mistakes impacting at least 37 murder cases in court and 61 police homicide investigations.
Several months later.
But first tonight, the pressure's building both inside the city of Phoenix and in court because of an ABC 15 investigation. For years, this Phoenix homicide detective mishandled evidence. And as the mistakes caught up with her, she went on medical leave and then retired.
Wow.
And ever since, both city attorneys and her lawyers have told the court she's too unwell to testify about her
Get the hell out of
cases
here.
and her mistakes. But ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscobing just exposed she's been working, and not just one job, but two at least.
Oh, hell
This
no.
police detective messed up.
Boy, you about to go. You about to go all the way to jail. What the hell?
Big time. And now maybe looking at some criminal charges. Here's the story.
Shout out to Nate the lawyer too on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel.
This is Jennifer DiPonzio. She was a Phoenix homicide detective. Now, Jennifer was also married to the assistant police chief, Nick DiPonzio. Now, for context, this is how she's connected to the top.
DiPonzio was once the center of the recruitment campaign. She's also married to an assistant chief who was handpicked by new chief Michael Sullivan.
Wow.
That's important context because
Dude, that right there is conflict of interest all up in it. I know you want to hang out with your boys and all and get them a job. That's how most people get a job, I guess, referral. But when you're dealing with cops, man, it's a little different.
has aggressively fought to keep information secret about DiPonzio.
Now, as you heard, she has a strong history of mishandling evidence. This has put multiple murder cases in jeopardy of being lost. Now, all this started when people started asking questions about what appeared to be mishandling evidence in some major murder trials. Now, Jennifer saw things were going bad and she needed to get out of Dodge. Now, some of her mistakes included failure to complete tasks on time, lying about completing those tasks, mishandling evidence, and
Wow, failure to complete a task on time. That's some shit that you get wrote up for in the corporate world. But you're dealing with people's lives and homicide investigations. That's legal shit that'll really get your ass in trouble. Just those actions that she's taking can get a case totally thrown out.
neglecting to interview victims. She abruptly went on medical leave and then retired under medical disability.
Hold up.
Lying about completing those tasks, mishandling evidence, and neglecting to interview victims. She abruptly went on medical leave and then retired under medical disability.
In this case scenario, there is a what I would characterize as a cover-up by the Phoenix Police Department of Detective DiPonzio's misconduct.
A quote, cover-up. That's a serious accusation, and it's based on these records and a recent defense interview with Detective DiPonzio's supervisor.
Yeah, I'm Jerry Barker. I'm the supervisor here in the homicide unit on the 33 squad with Phoenix PD.
Can you tell me when you started supervising her?
So her first day on my squad was October 5th of 2020.
Here's the timeline. October 2020, her first day. Then June 2021, 8 months later. DiPonzio went on leave and left a mess. A lot of evidence not properly documented in
8 months later?
Especially interviews.
So she failed to do that. And
So she didn't upload how many recordings?
The recordings I gave to you on there, whatever it says, 55 of them or something like that,
Ooh.
it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, you're right. 55 audio recordings, and she didn't write supplements associated with those recordings.
That's correct.
Barker put together this spreadsheet of the recorded interviews. For some, detectives never figured out which case.
Dude, you know you're bad at your job if they do a spreadsheet on how many things you got wrong.
They belong to.
I did my fact finding on what I'm supposed to do as an employee, as a supervisor. I discovered what occurred. I turned it over to my supervisors. It went to PSB. And what happened from there, I have no idea.
PSB is the Professional Standards Bureau, basically internal investigations.
PSB never talked to you about this.
PSB never did a formal interview with me, no.
Sources tell ABC 15 the DOJ has...
Okay, the devil is in the details. He asked him if they ever followed up with him, and he said they never did a formal interview with me, no. So somebody called him and said, hey, you know anything about this? Oh, no, it's fine, whatever. So there was some type of a communication there, allegedly, because just based on what he said. Yeah, she probably does ride the train stand.
Interviewed people about the scandal involving Detective Jennifer DiPonzio. We obtained internal police records showing she failed to properly impound and document all sorts of evidence. Some of it found stuffed in bags under her desk or at her home. And when the problems finally caught up with her, she went on leave, then retired under a confidential disability claim. It's why officials say she can't testify in any way about her case.
The fuck out
so
of here.
not only did she mess up all the evidence, but then...
Is she brain dead? Is she in the hospital like this young lady here, hooked up to a respiratory machine and feeding tubes and shit? You better be if you can't testify. The fuck out of here. These people think you're stupid.
She can't testify because she's too sick to do so. And I'm going to say allegedly too sick to do so. Now, just because she's gone didn't mean the case has stopped. Now, this is where things get interesting. See, local ABC 15 found this detective working multiple jobs while claiming disability. She was too sick to testify in court, but well enough to hold down multiple jobs? Check this out.
But DePoncio has not had to testify in court or answer for those mistakes. After she was confronted with the problems, she went on medical leave, then retired under a confidential disability claim.
So the records show Phoenix giving the court documentation saying DePonzio's too unwell to testify or even be contacted about her cases. And that brings us to our story tonight. ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biskobing has discovered she's been working, and not just one job, but two, at least. And that raises a lot of questions.
I can't wait. We ain't even got there yet. I can't wait to find out what this bitch's other jobs are.
All of this is from this year. Evidence of Jennifer DePonzio working different jobs. Photos of her working at an office, in groups, celebrating Fiesta Friday. And screenshots from Instagram and Facebook promoting her work as an esthetician. Emails like this one. A lieutenant questioned HR about DePonzio's leave. Quote, "The
esthetician
concern is that I'm getting rumblings that she is operating a business and traveling out of state to business conferences. Is this allowed? Can she operate a business while she is on paid industrial leave? The business, I'm told, is the multi-level...
Damn, she's on paid leave from the police station too? Wow.
...marketing Sensi. And that takes us back to all this. We don't know if she's still doing Sensi, but we found two other jobs DePonzio has worked this year. One at a chiropractic office. These pictures taken in August this year. We blurred her co-workers and the business name. There's also her work at a salon. On social media, her aesthetic services promoted in a February 20...
Pause it. This right here looks like she's got a gun and a badge on her hip.
23 post. It refers to DePonzio by just her first name, but includes a photo of her with a badge.
Told you.
To further confirm if she was still working, we had an ABC 15 producer book an appointment. There were a lot of options, offered multiple days of the week. We scheduled a brow tint for October 5th, but that appointment never happened. The next morning, DePonzio canceled. She sent us this text. Quote, "I'm so sorry, but I actually need to cancel altogether. I have been under the weather, and today is not a good day. And do you mind sharing who referred you?"
Now, before she went on medical leave, she was selling seminars on YouTube. Here's one of her videos.
Hi, everybody. I am Jennifer DePonzio, and if you are watching this video, you are in week 4 of Leap to Lead. Congrats, good job, keep it up. And
I love how she's still on the coattails of the 5-0. Even though she couldn't care to even do the job, she don't mind holding the badge and everything that comes along with that, allegedly.
stop, because I promise finishing and doing everything with Leap to Lead is well worth it, worth every second of it. I joined in 2013. I made the biggest mistake of letting the kit sit there and I didn't open it. Big mistake, lost a lot of opportunities, but 7 years later, I reinstated, I participated in Leap to Lead, and I ended up getting to director in less than 5 months. So it's possible. You'll get what you get out of it.
You could even see the blue line Police American flag in her background. Now,
I love Nate. He pays attention to details.
First court moves put her in hot water since judges thought that she was too sick to testify. How is it possible for you to work multiple jobs but not sit down and answer questions in court? Now, interestingly enough, here is what the city of Phoenix said about DePonzio's ability to work anywhere else except at the police department and testify in murder trials.
The city of Phoenix sent us the following statement. It says, as you are well aware, due to employee health privacy laws, we cannot discuss specifics of this case. However, your reporting makes assumptions that ignore critical differences in the work of investigating horrific murder scenes compared to the work of an esthetician. Most importantly, decisions regarding an individual's work-related restrictions due to injury are made by medical professionals, not the city, and not news reporters.
Boom, that's a backhanded comment right there, ain't it? Not the city, and
not you fucking pesky, stupid news reporters.
Maybe you should be investigated too, whoever the fuck you are. Maybe you need to be investigated too, bitch.
So after ABC 15 dropped this bomb on everyone, her business Instagram vanished. Her name disappeared from that booking site. Now defense attorneys for all those murder cases started calling the state to task. They're filing motions to call out the state for attempting to keep DePonzio out of the courtroom and off the stand. Their clients deserve to confront their accusers, and DePonzio is one of those accusers.
As of recently, September 1st.
Take a look at this hearing in a murder case from a year ago. It's before we exposed this scandal.
Work restrictions do include that she cannot testify.
But still no estimated time of return.
No, Your Honor.
That was a city attorney who also took a shot at the defense attorney for raising questions.
I understand what's at stake here, Your Honor, but for counsel to say that he's understanding people's privacy rights, I think he's being a little coy with that.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be disparaged on the record by Ms. Gilbert. I'm not going to hear that.
Whoa, hold on.
I'm not playing.
You go back in.
Defense attorney for raising questions.
I understand what's at stake here, Your Honor, but for counsel to say that he's understanding people's privacy rights, I think he's being a little coy with that.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be disparaged on the record by Ms. Gilbert. I'm not going to hear that. Well, I'm not playing coy, Judge. Okay, it's a murder case.
And now, because of our report, that defense attorney just filed this motion. It says, it now appears that as soon as DePonzio retired and was deemed legally unavailable, she immediately began working. This information should have been disclosed to the court many months ago. The motion included our evidence, like this Instagram post that says, it's time to get busy. That post coming 2 weeks after the court ruled she couldn't testify, possibly ever, and less than a week after she medically retired. The motion also says, the importance of this cannot be understated. Defense has specifically alleged that DePonzio went on leave to insulate herself from accountability or questioning for her misconduct. The motion ends. Defense asks for reconsideration of the prior ruling to determine whether DePonzio was or now is available.
37 murder cases on hold because this detective essentially didn't care about those cases. The city has paid about $20,000 for Jennifer's legal expenses during this issue. Just imagine if all those cases get dismissed because this detective was incompetent.
Yep.
So what about the victims? Do the killers just go free? Should criminal charges be brought against this detective who's obviously playing a game here? And is she allowed to do this because she's connected to the top? Her husband, DePonzio? Why would the state do this? Let me know what you think in the comment section. My name is
Crazy as
Nick Malloy, and
hell.
I'm out of here.
Dude, that's crazy as hell. Doesn't surprise me at all. When regular people don't do their job, like we all got people in our jobs that we know, like, dude, why did they even hire this person? You know what I mean? Now this person happens to be a homicide detective. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. Shout out to Sonya for that story. That's crazy. That is crazy. Give me 1 second here. We're going to get to some other stuff here. Let's talk about the Belmont students case. There was a guy that was doing some illegal shit. I don't know exactly why he was popping off shots in a park, but this young lady was walking through the park in Edgefield, which is in like my old neighborhood. They gentrified a whole lot of that shit, and we're talking about Nashville now. But it's still hood over there. So, in my opinion, people come here. She was from New Jersey. They come here from out of state thinking they're coming to hometown Nashville. Ain't nothing here but steers and queers and country shit. You know what I mean? But there's some hardcore gangsters around this motherfucker, and they don't care. They'll just kill your ass for no reason. You know what I mean? If you're in the wrong neighborhood, that sounds like to me that's what happened. These people come here and they think they're just going right outside of downtown Nashville. It's nice over here. You don't see all these fucking projects around here? They're building big old skyscraper type condominiums right across the street from the projects. Don't go walking around in the park in the projects is what I would say. I mean, don't blame the victim, but you got to know where you're at all times, man. So he got let go several times because they said he's mentally incompetent. He's too dumb to stand trial. Why are we keeping these people around? If they're too dumb to stand trial, they're too dumb to even do any type of day-to-day activities. Put them in a fucking home. Put them in a mental institution. Oh, they don't have those anymore. Put them in prison. Big rocks, little rocks, like ABF says. But they said now he could be facing new charges because he shot a woman. He didn't mean to shoot her. It was like a stray bullet type thing, but they said that she wasn't going to make it starting off. And now she's dead.
WSMV4 News Midday starts now with this breaking news alert.
Beautiful voice, beautiful soul, just beautiful.
Breaking at midday, the Belmont student that was shot in the head while walking in a Nashville park has died. We have a lot to get to on this Thursday. I'm Carly Gordon. Jillian Ludwig was a freshman. The 18-year-old was shot while on the track in the Edge Hill Community Memorial Gardens Park.
18 years old.
She's been fighting for her life ever since, and just within the last few hours,
Pause it.
her aunt confirmed.
See that right there? That's the projects. Is just she not know where she's at? You just gonna go down and run the track at the park and expect nothing bad to happen to you? These are the projects.
Ludwig died last night at Vanderbilt. The man accused of shooting her was supposed to be in court this morning, but did not appear. His attorneys signed some documents on his behalf. We're working to find out when he'll be in court next. Police say that suspect, Shaquille Taylor, admitted to firing shots at a car near Edge Hill around the same time that Ludwig was shot. Initially, police...
Yeah, Belmont is a musical college here, SC Wolverines.
...him with aggravated assault and tampering with evidence. But now that Ludwig has died from her injuries, we do expect those charges to change. We have also learned this is not the first time Taylor has been charged with a violent crime, and the last time a judge let him walk free. Our Ryan Breslin has been looking.
Why would a judge let him walk free? Because the judges don't have any repercussions on any of this. It reminds me of the old salespeople that I used to work for. They price shit out crazy as hell because they don't have to fix it. All they got to do is make the sale. If you make the sale, you're good to go. Dude, I'm the one that actually breaking my back to fix this trash over here. Why you giving this a discount on a miracle is what I ended up calling it. I got into their ass about it too.
Taylor's criminal history, and as you're about to hear, it dates back to 2010.
2010.
Taylor's criminal background includes charges for vehicle theft, robbery, handgun possession, and multiple aggravated assaults. A report back from 2015 shows...
Yeah, she was from New Jersey attending college here, Sonia.
...that he shoved a man to the ground on the pedestrian bridge and stole $60 from him. More recently, in May of this year, Taylor was charged with aggravated assault.
All right, let's pause this for a second. Regarding the tragic shooting of Belmont University student Julian Ludwig on November 7th, 2023. On April 13th, 2023, the district attorney's office prosecuted Shaquille Taylor for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So back in April, he was already having shit. But they said 2010. So 13 years ago, this fool should have been in jail. This whole 13 years, he should have been in jail learning his lesson. Again, people's lives would totally be different if they did their damn job.
However, the district attorney's office could not prosecute Taylor, saying the case was dismissed and Taylor was released from custody.
Dude, he's incompetent to stand trial, and then they mandated to dismiss the case because he's too stupid enough to understand the rules.
From him. More recently, in May of this year, Taylor was charged with aggravated assault. However, the district attorney's office could not prosecute Taylor, saying the case was dismissed and Taylor was released from custody because he was found incompetent to stand trial. Even though he was deemed incompetent for mental health reasons, doctors that reviewed his case say he did not meet the standards for involuntary commitment to a mental health facility.
Okay, so he's incompetent to stand trial. He's too dumb. He's too out of his mind to even understand the proceedings. But he ain't too fucked up to not get put into a home, though. He's kind of right there in that sweet spot where he can just go, see you later. See you next time.
Problem our WSMV4 Investigates team recently exposed of people deemed mentally incompetent to stand trial being arrested over and over again and then being released back onto the streets. For now in Nashville, Ryan Breslin, WSMV4.
And I don't know exactly what entails with being certified mentally incompetent. They got to go through therapists and all this shit to get that done. You could have a biased therapist that was a BLM type character and say, you know what, we're going to get you to say this, we're going to get you to say that, allegedly, and get you right up on out of here, honey. There ain't no need for you even going back in that dirty old jail cell. Exactly. He doesn't meet the standards. This world's crazy. Exactly. Dumb. Yeah, and he's walking around out now. I think they got him in jail now because of this situation, but they're talking about what have other incidents that led up to this shit to where they could have totally nipped it in the bud and they didn't do anything. Again, dropping the ball. But if he was a January 6er, boy, they'll get the FBI on with tanks in your neighborhood. Y'all see that fucking story? We'll probably deal with that too later. They're looking for a January 6er. I think it was in Virginia, with tanks rolling around in the fucking neighborhood trying to find this guy. The hell out of here. These people are actually robbing, raping, and murdering people, and they just let them go. Fuck it. But if you step over that little magic dotted line, you in trouble. Sonia says we hear so much about the need for so-called police reform because cops kill, which happens, but the DAs and judges have inadvertently gotten many innocent people killed over their lax sentencing. Exactly. Nobody is incompetent to stand trial, but everyone is competent enough to get a sex change surgery on a whim. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, January 6th, they put your ass under the jail. Mike Huntface said, what's the inappropriate conduct? Did they feel they were assaulted or were they assaulted? What was the assault? The word has been thrown around pretty loosely lately. Yeah, well, he was sucking on their toes. We were talking about previously earlier from the other story. He was sucking on their toes, sucking on their different body parts, doing shit he wasn't supposed to be doing as a massage therapist. We didn't pay for all them extras, sir. Yeah, I mean.
And meanwhile, multiple communities have been gathering to pray for the victim and her family. Family, friends, and classmates attended 2 prayer services last night to shine light on Ludwig's life, and they describe her as a beautiful soul, full of love and compassion for others.
Hard to believe. She's gone only 6 weeks in college and rising.
6 weeks, man.
Beautiful.
Your daughter done went off to college and she's only been gone for 6 weeks and now she's dead. Wow. Unfucking believable.
Beautiful young lady.
One service was held at Belmont, the other in her hometown of Wall, New Jersey. And now there are concerns about the safety of people who spend time in and near the park where Ludwig was shot. So,
okay, are we going to go into it now? Let's take a look at the park.
I want to show you this map for some added perspective here. So this right here is Belmont's campus. This is the park where Ludwig was shot. And then if you look right here, that's where that community housing development is. And that's where the shots were fired from.
Community housing development, aka the projects.
At the Midtown Hills Police Precinct is also right around the corner, but apparently that has not stopped the gunfire in the area. One man tells us he hears gunshots coming from the Edge Hill apartments all the time. Now he tries to watch out for his neighbors, and he says many of them are in fact Belmont students. And then another man says he's moving his 2-year-old daughter's bedroom to the back of their house because he's scared a stray bullet could go flying through her window.
During the dark hours of the night, that this is maybe not the best place, but 2:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday,
It's unacceptable. We just have too many people that live here, work here, study here, and they are not safe here.
And you know, Metro's crime map backs up what they're saying. There have been 19 aggravated assaults and 2 homicides in the area this year. Now, a bit earlier, we just told you that Taylor was released from jail without prosecution because he was found incompetent to stand trial. A WSMV4 investigation recently uncovered that hundreds of criminals were released from jail for the same reason. To learn more about why that happened, you can watch our previous stories. They are up right now in the free WSMV4 News app.
Wow. So even more people.
13-year-old.
So even more people are being let go because they're off in the head. Crazy as hell, dude. And some of the times the cops are their hands are tied, you know what I mean? They can't do nothing. They have to follow what the law says. Law says let him go, you got to let him go. Who decided to make that law? It's fucking retarded if you ask me. Devon, what's happening? She says I blame the gun. Well, you know how those pesky guns are. They get up off the table and just go around and start hurting people. Yeah, just let him go. It's not like he's going to hurt anybody else. He's too dumb to even know what's going on. Fuck out of here. All right, let's go to this next one. What was the other story? Oh, the Panama guy. Let's do the Panama guy story right quick, and then we'll jump over to Rumble and do fun stuff. All right, so the old man in this situation here, they said he was a lawyer. He's in Panama, and there were some climate protesters out there blocking the street like they always do. They're putting wood in the street and all kinds of weird shit. Here the guy is here. I don't know which vehicle was his. Probably that tracker right there because this is in Panama, so they got weird vehicles that we don't have here. This is a Toyota, but it looks like a damn Suzuki tracker. But you see they put pieces of wood in the road, all throughout the road, all over here, all out down here, blocking all this traffic and shit. And he got tired of it, man. We're not gonna take it. Graphic footage here. This is the guy. And he's about to shoot this guy standing here in a second. I'm gonna try to... Boom, here he goes. He just raised his hand up. And it's like he wasn't coming toward him or anything. Everybody was just standing there talking shit. And you need to leave, this and that or whatever. But right there, he just popped the guy. Let me bring it back here. Boom, shot the dude. Now we can go back. Boom. So everybody flips the fuck out right after that. So he's supposedly a lawyer there. Yeah, Mike Conface says, but if you're getting a massage, his DNA is going to be on you. That's going to be hard to prove it was maliciously transmitted. Yeah, that's for sure. They've got lots of text messages and videotape to back up the fact that this guy's a straight creeper. And I know that's not hard evidence, no pun intended, but it's enough for an arrest warrant. They said it in the reports. The DAs were even frustrated that the fool didn't get in trouble. Should have had all these together. So sorry about that. Yeah, and they arrested the old guy. I'm not sure what his charges are going to be. Obviously, murder straight away because, I mean, it wasn't self-defense. He was standing right there and shot the guy. It seems weird as hell, though, that there were so many photographers there, and they got that perfect shot of the shell casing coming out of the gun when he shot the guy. Crazy. I have to search for it now. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button, do all that fun stuff. So here's the guys. He's going to walk up now. Climate protesters blocked the highway in Panama where Kenneth Darlington was driving through. The activists' roadblocks have cost local businesses $80 million in disruption per day. They refused to move. His response was what? Here you come. I'm going to walk up on him. Now, I done told you sons of bitches nicely to get out of the way. There's no audio on this for some reason, but he's telling them to move. You need to get on by out of the way. Well, I'm going to pull my shit out. He pulled my shit out. Let me pull that shit up out of my pocket real quick. It was nonchalant as hell. Hey, I guess I'll just pull this bitch out. Who wants some? You want some? Get this shit out of the way right now. You about to get 50 bullets in your ass. Move this shit out of the fucking way. You go and get some. Oh, you want to fuck with me? You ain't going to do nothing with that gun, old man. Fuck around and find out. Shit. They'll let you know, man. And here's the photo. The look on his face was kind of like, dude, I ain't got time for you. I don't care about it. I'm old as shit. I'm going to take one for the team. And look, there's the shell casing right there flying out. Kaboom, right after he shot the guy. One hell of a photograph right there, isn't it? Crazy as hell. All right, so here's let's hear what meme, therefore I am says over there. Shout out to him on Twitter. Most probably saw a post of an elderly man shooting environmental protesters in Panama, but there's more to the story. The man who killed 2 environmental activists in Panama was identified as Kenneth Darlington, 77-year-old, an American retired lawyer and university professor. Not to excuse Darlington's actions, but not everyone knows that the protest wasn't just a one-day deal. The violence came during the third week of protest over a large mining contract of a Panamanian government and Canadian company to operate the region's largest pit copper mine. And if you've been paying attention to the show, last week, Chris Sky talked about this shit. How the government is corrupt as hell. People can't get in and out. They're doing all kind of weird shit to where they're boxing people in, and they said if they didn't get food by the end of that week, it was going to be over for them. And it had to do with this copper shit. Apparently, the protesters were blocking the roads with tires and creating small fires. The roadblocks have caused up to $80 million in daily losses in businesses and have shuttered schools nationwide for more than a week. Protesters kept taking to the streets, creating riots and clashing with the police to the point that they used tear gas and arrested people. Unfortunately, this is what happens when people want to live their lives, but other actions push them to the breaking point when they do something they wouldn't normally do. I can agree with that. Boom, dude got it again right there. So he killed 2 of them. That's only the one that we saw there was on film. Exactly. In God's hand, this old man had enough and he snapped. He was done with it, dude. Some people said they should just put these on their car, get in the car and run them over. Mad Max style. Crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for me over here on the YouTube side of things. I appreciate all y'all being here. Shout out to all my rebels. Thank y'all so very much. Boom. I'm going to see y'all next Tuesday. I might change the time till 8 o'clock. So I'm late almost every day, but I think I can make it by 8 o'clock. So I might just change the time from 7 to 8 o'clock Central. Shout out to the moderators, Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, Zeta Weechi's Cane Sword, Latina and Cali, and the beautiful Miss Sonia Scrapbook. The best damn co-host on the internets. Let's hit this chat before we go. Sonia says, where was this? USA. And like how people shutting things down for everything except forced jabs. Exactly. Oh, that was in Panama, if you didn't hear the excerpt that I just went down through there. There's been protests going on for several weeks. It shut down schools. It shut down the whole economy, costing these people $80 million a day. That's a lot of fucking money, man. And now his life is over. 2 dum-dums got offed. Fuck around and find out, man. Not everybody's going to take that shit. You know what I mean? Not everybody's going to take that shit. Let's take this party to Rumble, though. Thank you guys so much. Hit that link in the description box to go over to rebelwithoutareason.com. You'll find the link to the show there, or you can just go down into the description of this video and you'll find the link to Rumble. Let's go. Peace out, YouTube.
Let's get real.